All right, I think everything is starting up here. Let's see. I think Facebook is good and YouTube should be starting up. There we go. All right, hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Just thought I would sit down, chat with you guys and gals, get a good little Q&A going, and we'll just see where this goes today. I didn't really pick a topic. Again, you guys know we get into a bunch of current events anyways. As other stuff comes up, of course, I'll get into more current events. As different topics happen around the world. But again, right now, let's just get in. We'll get the lives because he's going all sorts of directions, anyways. I almost feel like the current events and the titles is almost just gets people in. But at a certain point, I think people are coming in as regulars. They're kind of just interested in whatever we have going on, what we have to say. I'm doing a lot of lives right now. I'm probably going to keep doing that for just a bit. They're going to pretty much be a staple, I think, because basically I get the most traffic out of them and everything. And I think people enjoy it. Realistically, people seem to enjoy them. A lot of regulars enjoy them. We get in. You guys get to ask me questions. We get a little more Blaha unfiltered more than anything, right? We get my thoughts on stuff in real time. But tomorrow's a training day. Been doing a lot of stuff on the off days, particularly for my shoulders. The shoulder mobility, they've been crackling and popping into place a lot. So I'm going to see if that eventually translates into the ability to overhead press again, because that is one of the ultimate goals. To be able to overhead press again is going to be a big deal to me. And when I can, that may even replace the tricep extensions, because I'm already doing dips and stuff. So I may just work those in, or run phases of just benching and overhead press. But feel like I need that extra work to get the bench up, but arms are looking pretty decent here, right? Arms are looking pretty decent. Forearms are on point. Once we get carved up in the afternoons, let's see who we get. These pick up pretty quick. I've noticed in the afternoon they'll start off a little slow before long. We got people popping in. Then I kind of start these at different times depending on what I have going on in the day. Kind of tired today. I may call it quit somewhat early tonight so I can get a good night's sleep, get up, get some good training done in the morning. But we'll see who we get in here. But I feel like a lot of what I'm going to do with my stuff, I want to talk a lot about the topics that matter to me as they pertain to secondary aspects of fitness. I've seen so much tragedy again in my life around alcohol that I think I really want to double down on using my outreach to be a voice against alcohol, and continuing to promote sobriety as part of fitness. Evening coach, what's going on, Lars? I've seen so much harm from alcohol, and drunk driving and all these things that, we can cover the fitness aspects because, again, the emerging data is showing more and more and more how detrimental alcohol is to our health, the stuff on cancer and everything. But just the sheer carnage, the sheer amount of human suffering that I've seen at the hands of alcohol. I've seen some heartbreaking stuff, just the way that it's impacted people. And I want to use what I do as a voice against that. I think particularly given that my own alcohol drinking was a big factor in me doing a lot of the really stupid stuff I've said in the past when I was drinking heavy, videos that I made that I came to regret. My own drinking was a big part of that, and I feel like that serves as a good warning too, but then just all the death. Did you day drink? Yeah, sometimes back in the day. Dude, you guys caught me on camera intoxicated quite a few times. Like a lot of the more controversial videos that I made back in the day, even if they were just trolling, I would definitely been drinking. So again, that's why you haven't seen a return of that sort of stuff, because I've been sober. You will do and say things that you regret when you're under the influence of alcohol, and you can't take it back. I mean, like in my case, Richard, it's there for life, right? Of course I was on cycle. I mean, I never really came off back then. It was always at least a little bit of something. I was never running heavy amounts of stuff. And I think people forget that too. There's a reason I'm still alive and healthy at this age, and so many of my contemporaries are not, because they abuse. And I think that's a strange thing that people are like, you abused anabolics for years. And I'm like, not really. No, I'm actually healthy. First off, I never had the look of someone who abused large amounts of gear. Two, I'm still healthy. I'm healthy and fit. I'm turning 49. I'm still in good shape. I'm healthy, got good blood work. You guys see me out running. I'm still lifting. It should be blaringly obvious that there wasn't like a huge amount of anabolic abuse, or I wouldn't be healthy. I wouldn't be still doing what I'm doing, right? Hey, Nathaniel, that's actually not true. Why are you coming and saying silly stuff? I'm going to probably get rid of you just for trolling. All right, let's just get rid of him for trolling. No, you guys already know we're covering current events. Like this has been covered for weeks now. You guys know that. Looking great, coach. Didn't think he was going live. So that guy is clearly just a troll. We're going to get rid of him. I forgot to make the sound. Tyrone, do you want to type it? Warm it up. Kapow! And he's out of here. He's out just for trolling, because anyone who's been following the current stuff knows we're covering current events. We're covering all sorts of non-training stuff. That's fine. What I don't want to talk about is my personal life, my day-to-day, right? I'm not going to talk about relationships. I'm not going to talk about who I hang out with, stuff like that. Stay out of my personal life as far as anything in the last few years. And I don't care about fitness influencers, right? So at 5'10", 34, I've cut down from 240 down to 170, 10+ years lifting experience. Good stuff, man. Good stuff, brother. Hit that like button for me, though, guys. We only got one like in here, and there's a few regulars in here commenting. Let's get those likes up. But no, we're covering current events. Like the current events I want to cover is going to be current events around the world. What I don't want to talk about is the fitness community, because it's dead to me. Like, quite frankly, nothing but a bunch of fake natty con artists, snake oil salesmen. I'm putting out real fitness content. Let's stick to the topics. And I think that's the point. Like, we can discuss topics without attaching names. Like, you guys could say, whatever, Dr. Mike Fleetblop Bluben Blobbin. I don't care that Dr. Mike Fleetblop Bluben Blobbin says it. Let's discuss the actual topic. And that topic could be whatever reverse pyramid training time under. Let's discuss the topics. That's fine. We don't have to attach these people to it, right? We can discuss nutrition. We can discuss training without these things. You tell them, Tyrone, get them likes up. But yeah, for me, alcohol, just like the whole discussing abuse survivors, discussing using training as therapy is going to be something I've been doing for a long time. But more and more, I do want to push a lot more of sobriety. Why sobriety? Why being sober? Why avoiding alcohol is good for us all the way around. Yes, it's an important direct fitness topic given all the data we have, but then we have to think about all the other consequences. Our behavior when we drink, loss of inhibitions, embarrassing things people do, but accidents, death, carnage, violence. Because, guys, I have seen so much carnage in my life at this point as a result of people drinking. It's absolute devastation. It's the number of people in my life who I have either lost, who have died, or have been maimed by drunk drivers. The number of people I know out there who have been beaten, like women I know who've been beaten by alcoholics, violent men who drink, who are only violent when they drink, and so on and so forth. Like, these are real topics, man. Zero alcohol consumption is best for gains. Absolutely. Yeah, booze is not worth it, guys. Hey, Jay says, I'm 3 years sober. Best decision I've ever made in my adult life. Hey, Jay, I'm going to give you a fist bump. You can type one back, man. If you want to put a little fist bump, I'll bump the screen back if you put it in the text. That's it, man. Nothing but respect. And I agree, right? Nothing but respect there. Tell them, ring that bell, man. Reach up, ring the bell. Hit that like button, right? So it's something I want to do more of. It's just, man, how do I put it? I'm just tired of watching people I know being killed and maimed as a result of people's drinking. Okay, I've had enough of it. I've had enough of it. I just look at it and I'm at the point where I feel like it's just one of the worst evils in the world. I've just seen so much harm. I've seen so much harm from it. You know, and if I can do some positive things with my life and the information I put out, it's like, hey, can I put out a message for abuse survivors to get strong under a barbell as part of their therapy? Can we put this out? Or anyone with any form of PTSD, but specifically abuse survivors, can we discuss, the merits of sobriety, right? If I can just get a few more people out there to stop drinking, like if my message alone, I can just get another 3, 4, 5 people, because I've had a lot of followers who quit drinking. If I can just get a handful more of you guys to stop drinking with my message, will my life have been worthwhile? Will I have left the world a better place? And that's the stuff that we got to look at. Frederick says, hey, I'm 35 years old. I trained for 4.5 years from 16 to 20, but due to my deformed chest, I can no longer lift with a crisis for me that I have give up my love and get cert. I don't really understand all of that. Right. So what are we asking? I don't see why you can't lift it all because of a deformed chest. What kind of running do you do? I mean, I document it. So I get up and I do barefoot running. Shorter distances, 2 to 5 miles, but we've logged all of it. You think pornography is a cancer to society? That's a good one. I think to some extent, yes. Right? I think to some extent, yes. Puerto Rico says, I really liked your alternating movements video. If I understand you correctly, for shoulders, I could do a press on Monday, dumbbell press on Thursday, and machine press. Why are we messing with machine presses on a full body though, dude? Why? Like, I don't see what you're going to get out of it over using barbells or dumbbells or dips. I'm just not a fan. I agree to some extent. What, on the machine press or the other parts? What are we agreeing with, Tyrone? What are we agreeing with here? No, I wouldn't recommend you do 3 completely different lifts. It's stuff like, let's say for a chest press or for a press, sure, you could do overhead and then bench and alternate them. But to do all that, no. I don't think you're going to get necessarily the development you want talking about that on full body training. And definitely working machines and for upper body on setup like that. I don't think it's going to be the best use of your time. So it's me, right? Calm down, fellas. The anti-Paul Carter brigade has arrived. It's already okay. AMC has a strong dislike of Paul Carter. Right? Feel free to get it off your chest, though, man. I'll give you a platform there to vent. I may not always agree with all of it, but I don't know who that is, though. To be honest, I've never heard of her. I forgot. I got to stay in character with this. There are no other fitness personalities besides me on this platform. I'm not really sure who she is. Right? I don't care about the fitness community anymore. We're going to talk current events. Let's talk about global events. Right? It's almost like we can agree to disagree and not wish each other harm, right? Hey, coach, how do you deal with ADHD clients? Can the meds impact? I mean, sure, but what do you mean? I deal with them like any other client, right? I get it. Like I deal with them like any other client. Like, why do I need to place those clients in a special category? Coach is the only coach, right? Yeah, I just don't care about what other people are doing out here in the community anymore. I'm putting out my content. That's it. That's what I care about. My clients, my results, my information. We can talk topics. We don't need to discuss the people. So in that case, AMC, we could discuss the possible merits of the Zercher squat instead of discussing a specific person I've never heard of. Right? We could discuss whether the Zercher squat has any uses or not, and or we could discuss why would some people be afraid of it. All right. What is your opinion on doing trap bar deadlifts, both low handle and high handle instead of conventional? I'm not a fan. Especially conventional. If conventional from the floor can be painful, you need to figure out why conventional from the floor is painful. Right? Also, what is your opinion on doing a 2 to 4 inch elevated conventional deadlift pulling from the floor is tough due to lower back. Currently rehabbing by doing SSB. Good mornings to build that back. Okay. So if doing a block pull, right? If doing a block pull allows you to deadlift pain-free, kapow, we got rid of that clown. Get out of here. All right, next. So then by all means, I am not going to sign off on trap bar deadlifts. Everybody knows I don't like them. I don't really have a use for them. I feel like they're less safe than a conventional deadlift, in my opinion. But if you find that a 2 to 4 inch block pull is not putting the stress on your low back from your injury and you can pull that way, by all means, carry on. You're having to just reduce range of motions to deal with it. Would you I missed it. What happened? If we banned a troll, another one. All right. Alternating movements and full body splits, sometimes just varying the range of motion by 5 to 10 centimeters is enough. It's a massive variation in terms of range of motion, distance, percentage, and still close enough irrelevant. I mean, if you look at some of the vlogs, I literally have guys just alternate the overhead press with a bench or an incline with the flat bench as an example. Hey, Cal, I don't know. Throwing personal insults at me would count as a violation of the rules. Yes, if you personally insult me, I am going to ban you. In fact, if you don't know if you can't figure out that that's a rule, you're probably a troll. You probably need to go next. What did he do? I don't know what he did. He just threw a bunch of insults at you. I don't see a problem with that. Come on, dude. All right. Angelo says, doing a low block pull would be okay for now if I'm rehabbing my low back. What sets and reps would you do? I can't give you specific sets and reps for rehabbing your lower back. So I'm not going to prescribe stuff for low back injuries in the middle of a live stream without assessing you in a one-on-one situation. Is that fair? And that's a long-standing rule I've had for many, many years, right? Veins looking good, appreciate it, straight edge. Cal says that you can see what he wrote, then it doesn't matter. Hey, Cal, just don't throw personal insults at me. I'll probably ban you if you throw personal insults at me. First, I'm going to tell you that your mother took too much Tylenol, and then I'm going to ban you, and we're going to do the kapow sound. Hello, Ken Shear, one of the regulars. How would you build your low back? I was told SSB good mornings are good. I was looking into doing reverse hypers. Oh, man, reverse hypers. Oh, now you're speaking my language. Cal, just enjoy the kapow and move on. Sometimes we warm the gavel up and I get the people to vote on it. Sometimes we get a jury in here in the comments. When we get enough regulars, we get a vote on if someone should get a kapow. And usually if 3 people are calling for it, you're probably out of here. Right? Reverse hypers, Angelo. That's money right there. If you've had a low back injury and you have access to a reverse hyper, I'm going to absolutely sign off on that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And keep them high reps. I like to do sets of 25 on mine. Let's get a vein rating today. How are we doing on the vein? How are we going to rate the vein today? That's fake vein, though. I got a fake catheter tube inserted under my skin. But how's it looking? All right. No, it's like I have the same 3 people actually. I don't have more. I have 3 guys who make new accounts every day. It's like the same 3 dudes. It's not that many. They just don't have lives. I'm pretty much their God. I am their reason for existing. And there are no other streamers. What are you talking about? I am the only fitness personality that exists. So let's get a vein rating. How we doing? What gym equipment are you thinking about selling? I don't know. Probably my trap bar. Probably some of those football bars. I don't know. 10 years plus lifting experience, 34 years old, 5'10". I've cut out about 240, about 175. I don't have loose skin. Could I get cutting down? No, dude. That's not that much weight, to be fair. Like I lost like 150 pounds. That's why I have some loose skin. Thoughts on reverse hyperextension movement pattern without loading it up for those without access. You're never going to really replicate it, though. It's never truly going to replicate it without being able to load the forward swing and the traction. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's not going to produce the same effect. Angelo says, I'm doing 3x10 on SSB. Good mornings for now. Very light, but I feel they are helping. Yeah, they will. I have only ever done RDLs for the longest time. Never really did good mornings. No, I think lighter weight SSB good mornings can be good for rehabbing a back injury. Don't push them too hard for a while. I think reverse hypers is why your glutes are developed and why you've kept your back safe. I think it's a massive factor. I mean, because you guys have seen me pull in the 600s in my late 40s, you know. So I think it's absolutely a huge factor. Coach, if you just did deadlifts, would you be able to keep your current physique? Me personally, no. Angela says, how come trap bars might be more dangerous compared to a standard bar? The instability at the lockout. I think you're more likely to get hurt than the lockout. Are dating apps a scam? I've never been on one, but it's my understanding they're sausage fests, and it's pretty much the leftovers. Like pretty much the bottom of the bucket of men and women are who are on dating apps, like people who just cannot meet anybody or who use them. So it's like, you know, and it's still the men outnumber the women. So you're getting the last pick women and you're competing with other dudes for them. Like it's probably not going to end well. I don't know people who have success stories. What are your heaviest recorded lifts on camera? So recorded would mean that we have proof. 635 deadlift, 365 closed grip bench at a heavier body weight, 365 wider grip bench at a lighter body weight. Now at the weight I'm at now, I bench 350, but that's at the at the lightest weight I've hit a bench at heavy. I want to get back to 365 at this lighter weight. I've hit a 605 camber bar squat when I was quite a bit heavier. All right. I have found it actually difficult to find midfoot on a trap bar where it's way easier to find on the standard bar, right? Because you can't look down and find it. Yeah, finding the balance is hard. No, Ken, sure. It doesn't have to be fitness related. We can cover other stuff. I'm covering a wide diversity of topics now. No, we're good. That's fine. It's all good. Although guys aren't going to like what I have to say about that. Oh, well, you guys can go to Open Powerlifting, Chris. Hey, Chris, I already know you a troll home skillet. Why'd you coming back knowing I'm dropping band hammers like crazy? Hey, guys, let's get a vote. Now, Chris has done a little bit of trolling in the past. He asked some very leading questions. So we're going to let the jury, do we kapow Sam or do we let him stay? Do we give him one more chance? Do we give Chris one more chance? We got one vote for kapow. Richard says let him stay. Let's get some votes, guys. Come on. You guys are the jury. Do we kapow him or let him stay? So we got 2 stays, we got 1 kapow, we got another kapow. These are regulars that hold more voting power than other people. Straight Edge is a regular. He says give him one last chance. All right, let's get a couple more votes, guys. Do we kapow or stay? And I'm warming up the gavel. We're warming up the gavel. I mean, because it's not looking good. 2 regulars have voted against. 2 newcomers have voted for it. So we got another one to give him one last chance. I don't see any other kapows. Okay. Hey, Chris, the jury has found you to be allowed to stay for now. We're going to give you one more chance. Okay. The jury has spoken. All right. This is democracy in action. Coach is both fair. I am but strict but fair in the name of justice. You have been stayed your execution for now. Only one though, right? I want you back in the day, Coach, those days when you were in the UK, good times. Feels like sentencing Socrates, Socrates. That's right. Tyrone, give it the laugh. Tyrone wanted to kapow you. He's bloodthirsty in here, man. He wants to kapow everybody. Tyrone would have me just ban people. He's like, just drop the ban hammer, drop the hammer. Feels like sentencing. Socrates, baby, please, as Louis Marco would have said. I don't know who she is either, though. All right. Most big streamers I see don't even bother banning people unless they're like doxing or something. Why get those in here? 2 count. I believe in peace through strength, Coach. That's right. Should I join a run club to meet chicks? Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Hey, there you go. So, dude, you're asking for a place. How about a mutual hobby like that that's going to be 50-50 men and women? I think that's a great idea. When you were drinking aspartame, did you find bloating to be an issue? No, then it's not a real issue. Plenty of bodybuilders go all the way into shows drinking Diet Coke by the gallon and still step on stage shredded to the bone with no bloating. That should tell you what you need to know. All right, how are the forearms doing today? Let's get a forearm vote. Let's get a forearm vote. How are the forearms today on a scale of 1 to looking like a horse cock or something? I don't know. Where are we at? Let's get a forearm vote today. Looking like a powerful coach, appreciated old PA saying. See how they're doing. Would you do a bodybuilding meet? A bodybuilding meet, I don't think that's a thing. I think they're called shows. At least a solid 5 out of 10. Yeah, no issue with bloating from diet. So now I'm not interested in doing a bodybuilding show. Right? It's just not my bag, baby. 1,000 out of 1,000 Tyrone giving the issue. If you were hired to get an actor who is average shape into superhero role physique in 6 months, how would you do it? Would be a lot of Clint and Trent, that's for sure, just like they already do. No, we put him on just good training. His training would look very similar to my other clients. So here's the thing. Since most of my clients want to get into great shape and get jacked and strong, if there were magical training methods that I don't already use for clients, would I be shortchanging them? That if I was holding secrets in check, I get that with clients are like, Coach, is there anything else I can do to give me just faster gains in the gym than what we're doing? I'm like, you're paying me to give you results. Like if there was just magical secrets that I was withholding from you, we would already be doing them. Right? But I mean, those transformations usually involve a little bit of gear. Yeah. No, I don't think a lot of them don't ever use Tren, It's too risky for these wealthy people. They put them on milder stuff. I think it's pretty straightforward. Test DECA or, even test in an AI, a low growth hormone, right? I think that's pretty normal for them. And they just train the hell out of them. I think people overcomplicate and overvalue what these different drugs do that ultimately just work at the androgen receptor. Oh, I didn't even check Facebook. Oh, Greg, I didn't even see your comment 20 minutes ago. There's not a point in drinking. It's just a tax for those with low IQs. It literally kills you. It literally kills you and kills other people. That's the problem. It literally hurts other people. Like, that's what I'm sick of seeing, right? That's what I'm sick of seeing is um, the sheer carnage that it does. It's the blowback onto other people. I've seen multiple people in my life either be killed or maimed due to other people's alcohol abuse. Right? Is trend cough real? Yes, and there's a few theories. The old original theory had to do with the amount of benzyl alcohol being used to dissolve the cattle implants. Although there's also the discussion of inflammatory prostaglandins being activated during the injection, which could be causing an inflammatory response. A lot of debate on that one, but it's definitely real. Angela says, "What's your opinion on those back extension machines where you push back against the pad?" I don't think the back extension machines are all that in a bag of chips, but or as one of my friends used to say, they're not all that in a bucket of chicken feet. But I think a 45-degree hyperextension can be good. I think we should ban tobacco. Should we, or will we actually do it? I would like to see it go personally, but it's not going to happen. You know, I don't think it brings anything of value to the world. But I get it. Some people need it for religious things. And well, that's okay. That's why we have religious exemptions for certain things. Like there's certain drugs you can get in the U.S. Native Americans use in their religious practices, and therefore they're allowed to have quantities on hand for their religious purposes. So, I mean, the same thing could be done there. I'm on TRT right now, Peter. So, Pam, it increases the risk of lung cancer scares me. It kills so fast. Yeah. I mean, I've seen some scary deaths from cancer too. I've seen brain cancer hit someone so fast. Whew. Yeah. Like scary fast. Like it's no joke, dude. It was an in-law of mine. She was a really good person too. Like that's what sucks. Like she was a genuinely good, kind-hearted human being, and that just really sucked. You know, it's like it just sucks when you see something like that happen to someone who, when you know them, you're like, this is someone who I've never heard even speak badly about another human being. You know, Peter, I'm not going to go into all that, but you know that was the thing. That's so crappy when it's someone who you know personally, and you're like, they don't have a mean bone in their body. Like, so the woman who that happened to, in my entire life knowing her, the years that I knew her, I literally never heard her say a negative thing or an unkind thing about another human being ever. I never heard her raise her voice at anybody. I never heard her say anything mean about another person. You know what I mean? So it's like someone who's just like, wow, they're just kind. She was just kind to everybody. And she was dead within months. Like once they diagnosed it, it wasn't long. It was less than 6 months. Like once they caught it, just kind of suck, you know. Yeah. You get one flick of a Harry Potter wand to fix anything in 2025 fitness industry community sphere. What are you choosing? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure what I would fix at this point. Could we get rid of all the fake natty nonsense? Could we just get rid of pro bodybuilding? Can we get rid of people training, pushing machine only training? I don't know. Right? Can we get all of those all at once? Can we make the pro bodybuilding world go away and get rid of machine-only training. Have you watched the Harry Potters? What's your favorite one? Trying to think which one I like. I've seen most of them at some point. It's been a long time. Um, no, I don't have any of the green screens. I don't have all this stuff anymore. How about those Eagles go birds? I don't watch foosball. Right. Foosball's the devil. You see Waterboy? You know this already. All right. No, I don't even have. So no, I can't do it because I physically do not have all this stuff anymore. I don't know. What turned you off about sports? I just never really enjoyed team sports. I was never turned off. I just never really enjoyed it. Um, I don't know which my favorite Harry Potter would have been. The one with the snake, like the big snake, the basilisk one, right? That's what it was. No, I was not a high school athlete. Opinion on chest supported incline dumbbell rows for background. I think they're good. I'm talking break from Pendlay rows when I was thinking about using it. You probably should do some pull ups with them too. Chamber of Secrets, that's probably the name of it. I think that one was good. Right? I forgot about the green screens, right? So we got forearms still on point. I just don't use them that often, man. I just feel barbells and bodyweight stuff generally do good. I go through phases where I use a fair amount of dumbbells, rows, curls, things like that. I'm just doing that in pull-ups for now. Pull-ups, I have weighted day and a body weight day. Okay, that works. All right, we got plenty of people in here, so we always this stuff's on point. Let's see how the legs are doing today. What do you guys think? All right. How's coach's quads doing today? We good? What do you guys think? So people are asking invariably. Yes, do that pull-ups. Yeah, no. So I think that's a good combination. If you're doing pull-ups and chest supported dumbbell rows, you're hitting all the angles there. Especially if you're needing your lower back to take a break because you have the lower back injury, right? Hey Jason, what's your take on heavy singles? Well, given that my background is in powerlifting, they're kind of bread and butter. Right? I mean, given that much of what I do has been powerlifting and powerlifting coaching, I mean, heavy singles are kind of my bread and butter, really. Kind of cool. It's unusual that someone really likes sports science and training but never liked or played. Yeah, I just don't enjoy them. Like, I don't know, like when you say, hey, why don't you enjoy something? Sometimes it could be just like, I don't really enjoy it. Like, does it need to be something specific? Coach, do you get compliments from women about your legs? Yes. For chest supported dumbbell rows, does it matter if you do them pronated or neutral? You probably want to do them neutral, honestly. Let's just get rid of that. Kapow! Could I meet chicks doing bodybuilding? Probably not. Imagine if they see you in the store in shorts, they would like it, right? Thoughts on meditation? I don't really think about meditation at all. All right. What about Marcus Rule? Watching football today now. Thoughts on Hydrox? I'm trying to remember that. I've heard that name. Is that like some CrossFit type thing? Yeah. Is there a big difference in back development between chest-supported dumbbell rows and regular freestanding dumbbell rows? Maybe. You're definitely not going to get the lower back. But even then, probably not a big difference. Might be a difference in the stretch and the range of motion that you can get on the standing on bent over something. But, all right. Might be some of that. Yeah. So, why are we discussing Mike Menzer at all in 2025? It's a dead topic. Also, why do we care about Mike Menzer? We've already said we don't discuss the fitness industry, so why would we discuss dead people from the fitness industry who isn't really taken seriously by other coaches today? Do you ever find that your lack of experience in sports has made helping clients with sport-specific training a challenge? No, not at all. No, not at all. It hasn't been any issue whatsoever. Because we're still looking at sport-specific movements and getting people strong and explosive. You know, not found it to be a challenge in any way. Because I'm not doing all of their skill stuff. They have other coaches for that. I'm only doing their strength and conditioning and trying to give them the best carryover. So no, not been an issue at all. How many greens would you recommend everyone using them? We think 500 grams. That's probably a good starting point, right? Hey, Blaha, I'm 14 years old fan. I feel scrawny. I want to exercise and embrace Jesus in my life. What is your advice? Go lift, man. So you're old enough to start lifting as long as you use good form. So go get under a barbell. Talk to your parents about getting you some extra food, some extra protein in your diet. Right? There you go. Pretty straightforward, man. And I got free programs on here. You could use one of those novice programs. Again, talk to mom and dad about getting you the food that you need and start training, dude. There you go. Mentor training. Yeah, no one cares about mentor. If you had a child, at what age would you put them on a weight training program? I'd wait till they were ready. All right. Hey, Peter, I've discussed numerous times why I chose not to have children due to my own childhood trauma. It's a choice I made. I'm 22. At what age did you grow a good beard? I don't think I grew a good beard until my late 20s at any point, honestly. That's the amount of broccoli or spinach I eat. I meet all the RDAs in my entire diet. Hey, Mikey, I have made numerous videos about it. I'll have another one up later today discussing loose skin, about people not being ashamed of loose skin. I discussed some of that in there too, right? It's something I've been very vocal about. The second. So number 2 that you listed from early childhood. Again, I've discussed this quite a bit over the years, for over 10 years now, probably 12, 13. I'm a big believer in abuse survivors getting under a barbell as part of their therapy. Like that's actually a massive part of my overall message, and it has been for like 12, 13 years online, has been encouraging other abuse survivors to get under a barbell, to build their physical and mental strength. How come I'm not married at this point in your life? Well, my first wife is now deceased, my first ex. And then I divorced my second wife for personal reasons that I don't want to get into online. So I have been married twice. So, because I haven't found the right one for the number 3. That's why. right? Maybe in time. But I'm not going to discuss my personal life like that here. So as far as my personal day-to-day stuff like that, I'm not going to discuss it. For all you know, I could be married since I don't discuss that stuff. So, like, I'm not going to announce it on here. People are so nosy with that type of stuff. Not everyone. Yeah, exactly. It's very strange, isn't it? Straight edge. Like, you don't know that I'm not married. No, I don't have a clandestine background like you. We've covered all this. I apologize for all that like 8 years ago in a 15-minute apology. Yeah. All right, there we go. All right, what else we got? Late to the chat. What's up, Vino? What's your max bench this year or on camera in previous years? I'm doing good, Mustafa. He's in Facebook. Sorry, just check it. I will probably have to lose 5 pounds. I want to get down. Okay. Well, then just take your time with it, Mustafa. Of course, you're pretty lean already. My question would be, why is it you're trying to do that exactly? Is it, again, you're wanting to do social media money, photo shoots? We don't really have a topic. We've just been doing Q&As. This year, I did 350 with a 2-second pause. If you were a teacher, what subject would you teach? PE biology? I have no idea, man. Kinshiro, I don't even know how to answer that one. Right? Hey, Coach, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good. I'm just bored. How about you? Yeah. A couple months ago, I did 350 with a good pause. Is there a goal waistline you'd like to achieve? I understand your recovery at the moment. I mean, in the future, yeah. I mean, I'd like to have just a tighter waistline with good abs eventually. I have plenty of plans for 2026. I'm not going to make them public. Right? So, was anyone in your family bodybuilders as well? No. Lots of athletes, no bodybuilders. I'm good, brother. About to hit the gym now. Good stuff on board. Keep them guessing, exactly. The only reason to discuss your future plans is to lie about it to distract people who would like to derail you. Never tell the truth about your future plans. Okay. So, Kenshiro, I plan on opening a gym in Oklahoma. There you go. Okay. What's the upside to barefoot running? Stronger feet, stronger ankles, better ankle mobility, better foot mobility. It's easier on your knees. I use a razor for my head. I'm still using my Dollar Shave Club for the head. Once they've run out, I quit buying them, but I have so many of them. I'll switch to my double-edged safety razors, what I use for my neck and stuff, or my face when I do it. I don't know what a pitfall shaver is. That because people will go out of their way to ruin it for you. Exactly. So I've been using a Freebird and it's pretty nice. So I'm going to open up a bank in the Philippines in 2016 and sell hot dogs. Hey, Tyrone, that's what I was planning on doing too. Pitbull shaver goat. Okay. So if you think I should get one, Mikey, if I put one in my Amazon wish list, will you buy it? Because I always tell people if they think that I need something, then that means they're willing to buy it. There's a general rule. So if I go put it in my Amazon wish list, which is linked up here, you're going to buy it? Because if you really think that I need it, then you would take care of it, right? or else you don't really think that I need it. Do you have a Hellcat Pro? I'm not even sure what that is. Look, carved up today. Yeah, we're definitely carved up this afternoon. We are all carbohydrated. No, I got it. It's just people buy me protein, they buy me fish oil, all sorts of stuff. All right. Feel free to check it out. Thoughts on doing squats on a 10-degree elevated? No. If I wanted something, I'll just buy it myself. Yeah, but if they think that I need it, oh, okay, no. I'm a Glock guy. All right. Yeah, and Angelo, how about not? How about we just learn to squat correctly and have good ankle mobility? All right. I don't have an opinion on Ford F-150 versus a Ram. Although, due to my own upbringing and the cultural relevance, I'm going to have to say that Mopar stands for mostly old parts and rust. Right. Have you ever tried beets or beet juice to enhance vascularity? No, I have not. Do you have an uncle? I have numerous uncles. Okay. All right, guys, here it comes. We're going to warm up the gavel. Kapow! What type of car are you thinking about getting now? We're now asking these sort of personal questions. I'm not. And nothing better than squatting with your bare feet. We don't need shoes. There we go. There we go. The kapows, everyone go down the road. Glocks are good and reliable with the Hellcat Pro. Some of you can see. Why don't you just get a smaller Glock? I don't have trouble with a Glock 19, to be fair. Well, I don't have an issue there. All right. Is using a 40-kilogram dumbbell for incline bench good press? Pretty good, yeah. I'd say so. Why no squat with shoes? It builds stronger rooting and ankles. See Jason being a pickup kind of guy. Yep. Barefoot is way better for squatting. Yep. We squat with the bare feet like the hobbits is, right? All right. The views kind of trickle down a little bit. What do we think about magnesium glycate versus the other ones? I don't think there's any special reason to use glycate versus citrate if you need to add some magnesium to your diet for whatever reason. I'm not seeing the real benefit. That's why coaches' feet and calves are jacked, right? In California, it's a 38. In let's call it, based on what you just wrote, let's call it California. In California, it's $38 background check and a 10-day waiting period, plus a $5 background check for ammo. Yeah, that sounds like hell. I think everybody there should sue the state for violation of their constitutional rights and just bankrupt it. Right? That's just completely unacceptable. I wish I could squat barefoot, flat feet, and barefoot squats don't work for me. Why not? It will improve your foot and ankle mobility if you do it. Any exercise specifically to make lifting someone from behind easier, like a rear body lock lift? I mean, any form of deadlift. I mean, in theory, Zercher lifts might be useful for that. Right? I mean, a Zercher squat wouldn't be a horrible exercise for that purpose, would it? Right? Get to where you can Zercher double your body weight. Wouldn't be a bad option there. Yeah, California is almost a foreign country. I mean, I live in Texas. We're almost a foreign country. To be fair. We have our own culture and way of life that other people don't understand. Like some things I say people think is rather extreme. They don't understand. I'm very moderate where I live. A lot of areas. Oh, yeah. California is for gangbangers. Right? Texas chili with or without beans, the big question. And you got to have, technically, it's not really chili without beans. You know? I mean, seriously, if it doesn't have beans, is it actually chili? Would it help you to out to watch this on Facebook? Yeah, it doesn't hurt. Of course, we got Lionel in there. What's up, Lionel? Hey, Mustafa, you don't provide enough info for anybody to judge your true body fat. Like, sorry, dude. I'm not doing that again for you, man. Sorry. Just not going to do it. No beans equals no chili. Yeah, without beans, it's like sloppy joes. It's definitely not chili. Right? You're going to try Zercher's deadlift or squat, but I worry it will be quite painful. It might be at first. You're going to have an adaptation process to it. All right. Awesome, Peter. Yeah, drop in there. What else we got going? Let's get some other questions. Let's get this pick back up. We got a little slow here. I want to run it past the hour. And if you guys can get us some good conversations going, we can keep this as a pretty lively chat. Your left arm looks vascular. I don't know why that one's always a little more vascular on the forearm. They're both vascular though. That one's always a hair more. It always has been. You know, you always get that big bang. I need that one running all the way up though. We need it up to here. That would be in a good spot. Yep. Just check out, but nobody was watching. They are. It's just back and forth, right? There's a few people that some people are commenting. They'll eventually pick back up. What does the tier 2 use? And I'm not going to go into details. Good afternoon, Coach. What's up, Rufio? Right, it says there's more than one now. Mustafa was in there commenting. Hey, Peter, you didn't even drop a comment there. 13 likes. Keep those likes going. I wonder how would I look if I took crazy amounts of trend? Considering my age and family history, I would probably be dead. I would look like the crypt keeper in my coffin. Right? I think that's pretty straightforward. I'm about to turn 49 with a serious history of heart disease on both sides of my family, including my mother passing at the age of 47 due to cardiovascular disease. I think a heavy dose of tren would be a death sentence. So I probably wouldn't look too good, all things considered. So get the likes up, guys. Tell them, Cal, get them likes up. Get them popping. There we go. They've been making the views kick up now that we're getting some more likes. Get those views up. Do you do any agility or fast work? I mean, I do box jumps and things. No, agility training is probably out. I don't know how the like and dislike is these days. I don't care. But yeah, tell them, Rufio, get those likes up. I mean, given that I have a vestibular disorder, I don't know that agility work is going to do too much for me. What's on your pedal board? What's on the pedal board? We've got a little tuner. The first one's a tuner. I have an Ibanez tube screamer. I've got one of those little budget reverbs in the middle. I've got a Boss DS1, and I've got a Marshall Drive Master. You'd be absolutely Jerry rewarded if you ran that sort of stuff. I would be, but I don't know who that is. Big Lenny, I don't know who she is either. I don't know who that is. What are we talking about? Are these supposed mythical fitness people? I'm the only fitness person on the tubes, so I don't know who these people are. How much lean red meat do you think is safe to eat on a weekly basis? 96% lean ground beef. It's all dependent on total saturated fat intake relative to your genetics. I see it has a dislike for years. It's not show. I don't check. Coach is the only coach, guys. That's right. I am the only person that I discuss in the online fitness community these days. That's the rules. Do you have an interface to plug your guitar into the contra cord? No, I just do it with my regular mic since I need to. My phone. So I don't have a setup like that yet. Right? We don't have a setup like that yet. No, I'm not going to grab one and play. I think people get bored when I do that on here on the live stream. I've done it in the past. Do you get Tonalib as free BST with Unreal? No, I haven't messed with any of that. The only coach with the knowledge gives all the gains we all need. Do you still play? I haven't seen. Yeah, I still play. If coach was a god, Jason would be his prime. Coaching. Oh, Lord. I appreciate the compliment, Davina. I appreciate the compliments. Do you like Dwayne Allman? I'm not sure who that is. All right. That's not a troll. My others are just, I'm not recognizing fitness people. I legitimately don't really know that name off the top of my head. Context. So if you say that, you tell me, give me some context. Is this a video game character, a basketball team? Like, always drop a context if you drop names. You guys know the rules. Don't assume I know who they are. He's a great slide guitarist. Okay, cool. Do you think every training phase should have all the major movements like a horizontal, vertical, push, pull, squat, and deadlift? Not necessarily, but it's not a good base. It's not a bad baseline. Not saying you have to. Okay, big question. Do you believe in a creator? Well, I'm a Christian, so it kind of goes with the territory. Played the slide at the end of Layla. Okay, well, that tells me something. Right? Because I am familiar with Layla. Right? Oh, don't make me do it. Don't make me do it for just a second. You had to do it. All right? You had to be like, he played it in Layla. That Layla? Right? That one? Right? Okay. Were we talking about that song? Just Derek and the Dominoes. Ever thought about starting a band? Let me build a time machine. Okay. I never saw you play the guitar. That's a first time for me. Yep. I have a little not serious band already, by the way. I've had one for a while. We just jam and have fun. Yeah. But we don't talk about my personal life, so we don't need to know the details. All right. Do you sing? Do I sing or can I sing? These are two different questions. In a fight to the death with your bandmate, 2 wins. That could get tough with one of them. No, I haven't been recording guitar at home at all. All right. I know you talked about aspartame not having serious health consequences. Would the same be true for sucralose? I need to double check into some of that. Probably. Makes sense they call it social media. There's no reason to be social. Damn, wish we could see those jams. I respect the privacy more than I need to see it. I can imagine. Right? Can you sing? I love to sing, but I can't sing. How's that sound? I mean, you guys have heard me sing. It's not very good, but I do sing. Just because I can't sing doesn't mean I won't. Jason, do you know the streamer Ice Show Speed? No, never heard of it. What sort of streaming does he do? Keep in mind, if it's not on the tubes, I probably never even heard of it. Like, this is the only platform I know of that streams. I don't watch any of the other stuff. Giovanni says, "Sup, coach? How you doing, Giovanni?" It's on the Facebook. I love to hear you sing. Well, drop a super chat, Ken Share. We'll take requests. Drop a super. We'll get a song going. All right. I'm good at karaoke too, big time. All right. Yep. Hey, Peter, you're getting dangerously close to trolling there, Peter. You know, guys, he comes over and says, I checked out, nobody's watching on Facebook, so I didn't leave any comments. And then he wants to go there. All right, guys, we need to vote. He's a little bit trolling, so we need the jury. Do we kapow or do we let him stay? We need the jury to come in here and vote again. The other guy got left in. Kapow or stay, guys. Tyrone's going to kapow everybody. We already know that. Straight Edge says kapow. Votes, do we give him another chance or do we kapow? We're at 1 kapow. Shoulders gives views. Stay. So Cal says stay. Chud, that's not a vote. Should I stay or should I go? Should I stay or should I go now? Rufio says kapow. You could be a tiebreaker here, Chud. You may want to give a specific instead of saying shoulders gives views. That's not an answer. We got 2 kapows, 1 stay. I say lean into it and ignore shoulders instead of banning. That's not a vote. Chud says stay. So we're 2 for 2. If he likes your streams immediately, he can get 1 more chance. Defiant gives a kapow. 1 more chance. He may be innocently asking. I don't know. Yeah, but we're at 3 kapows, Kenshiro. You're going to have to drop a vote because we're 3 to 2 so far, aren't we? So should he stay or should he go? Should I stay or should I go now? If I stay, there will be trouble. Okay, so Kenshiro said stay. Stay. Some of you are voting kapow everywhere, so you get coach's full attention. So we at 4 for 3. Great song by the Sex Pistols. Just kidding. The Sex Pistols. Uh-oh, Tyrone dropped a kapow. Tyrone, did you already vote? Oh, man, he didn't vote. So that's a 4th kapow. Man, that's kind of hard for you guys to do that. Man, that's 4 kapows and 4 stays. So I got to be the tiebreaker here, guys. You know what? My pimp hand is strong today. All right. There we go. Oh, there we go. He called me a loser. We winded it up. He has chosen death. I winded up the gavel. Kapow! And he's out of here. All right. He called me a loser on his way out. Who's the one who can't post in here? You're calling me a loser. I'm the one who's got the stream up, and you're the one who can't post. Sounds to me like you're the loser, and it sounds like your mama took too much Tylenol. No. He was acting already kind of trolly. I got trolly vibes from him already. And then he pulled that stuff up. Coach doesn't talk about his social life. We know he's not chasing views like the other people. Yeah, we're getting this out of here. That's one of my standard trolls says that, by the way, who I've banned several times. So it's an FYI. I was getting that vibe from him. So we let the jury decide. Tyrone, you kapow on everybody. All the Tylenol just came out, right? His mama took too much Tylenol. We're turning the banning into a game at this point. We're just gonna have fun. But it's an interactive game. Won't he just make another account? Yeah, he'll make another account, but then it's all good. That's a new engagement coming back in, right? They're detecting a whole new fresh account coming in, interested in my content each time. It only serves to benefit me, Cal. So, but it gives my regular audience a way to feel like they're part of the stream, they're part of the community. Yep, and making a new account only benefits the algorithm, guys. Right? So, we're not going to get upset, man. We're just going to run with it. Engagement is income. That's right. Whole new accounts, a whole new subscriber. Because he has to subscribe to posting these. They picked that up. We could use some more viewers in here. We had a bunch earlier. But we were doing solid. Hustle for them dollars, right? You gotta hustle. Though we're having fun with it, man, now. But see, then I get my regulars. They get to vote. That makes them part of the community. They're getting a decision in the channel, right? My people who are the regulars, who are regular followers, they're now getting a say. They're getting a vote in what happens. They're getting to be interactive players, right? They get to be on the jury. Just saying. I think there's people who show up just to be able to do that at this point. All right. I vote to kick from the stream, you could say. I vote to, exactly. That was the best kapow yet. There we go. Oh, man. Yep. Let's straight edge try to give him a fair chance. I'm signing up as an Orc Warrior right now. That kapow got me over the line. What? Let's see if you really do it, kapow. I review. You can make some money, but I heard say you can get 100 views for 100 hours on streams if you do. What? I don't know. What do you mean? I get money for these already, plus the super chats. I routinely get $10, $20 super chats all the time in these. They vary. I don't always get them every day, but some days I get like $40, $50. Some days I get none. But these are all monetized, and it's on both my platforms. So I'm streaming on Facebook too. Hey, I appreciate the like in here on Facebook also. So Visha is not a bad side. It all feeds my coaching business too, Cal. Like this feeds my coaching business directly, all these streams and everything. I get clients, I get consultations too. I've sold consultations in these live streams, and they're $100 a pop. I pick up coaching clients from these streams too. So I have coaching slots open, by the way, Cal. Do you need help with your gains, man? I got 3 coaching slots open right now, right? Just for those watching in who are unaware, Coach, you got coaching slots. You can come on over to Team Blaha. Online coaching isn't a side gig, it's my main gig. Hey, Cal, online coaching is actually it's my primary income. It is my biggest income stream of everything I do. So it is my bread and butter. Yep. Yep. So the social media is side income. What's the online coaching package? It's listed in all this stuff. So the online, if you go read it, I have, it's underneath every video, and then go to the community tab. I have the full breakdown of everything. But it's going to be obviously custom coaching. You're going to get custom programming. You're going to get up to an hour in video calls with me every month. And then as far as other stuff goes, it's going to depend. Like I have extra services that I don't charge more for. They're just if you need them, things like diet accountability, nutrition advice. Now even advice if you're a personal trainer with your own business. Those are just different things I do for clients. But the primary is, of course, all your coaching programming. Video check-ins, regular check-ins up to once a day, quick check-ins online. Form coaching. Mindset coaching for your training. Bread and butter is a poison. We should be update that saying. I know, right? Maybe we should. Bread and butter is probably not the best thing for us to be eating. I don't eat that stuff. All right, I don't eat that stuff. Vino is out. Catch you next time. Take care, Vino. Take care, broski. Hold on a little bit. Surprised we didn't get any supers today, though. We didn't get any in the breakfast or the coffee chat either. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. It's all a game to me, as the great Lemmy said. Even brown bread, to be fair, it does have a bunch of preservatives. Depends on what's in it, but even then, it's still a fairly refined food source. It's very easy to overeat. Like I'll tend to overeat it. I have a bottomless pit appetite. You know, bottomless pit. Ugh. So there's a lot of nuance to that question, straight edge. Right. But anyone who struggles with appetite and weight and satiety, you got to be careful with bread. Sounds stressful being at the mercy of the tech. It is, man. Again, you do the best as you can. Well, you got to play by their rules to some extent. But, I've done it a long time. I've done it a long time. No more stressful than working for someone else. Bread's got quite a bit of sodium in it, like really adds up. Probably not. Like you're not going to get that much sodium from bread. Not enough to be overly concerned. Not in the grand scheme of things. Right? Like no one's going to have high blood pressure from the sodium in bread. That's unlikely. And still we're looking at, as far as sodium concerns, you're looking at sodium to potassium ratio and genetic predisposition towards hypertension. I don't discuss any of the money, but I get paid for different stuff. No, I mean, it's just small. It's just small money, unless I get a bunch of super chats. But I'm also streaming more than one monetized platform. Like Facebook gets a bunch of views after a lot of times too. But I'm not going to give exact numbers. But a lot of it is about the clients, the followers, the outreach, because I pick up new subscribers from the streams. It kicks it into people's feeds. They follow. So it just all feeds in. It's all good. But yeah, getting new fans turns into new clients eventually. Haters turn into clients sometimes, right? I've had someone who saw hate videos about me, watched them and came here to make fun of me, and ended up paying me for 6 months of coaching. So I made $1,500 off of someone who found me because of a hate video making fun of me. It put $1,500 in my pocket. Yep. Yeah, there's not going to be a set number on that count. Like I can assure you, everyone's numbers are different. So, ironic, yes, it is. Defiant, it is ironic. All right, guys, not much else happening here. The views have kind of trickled down. we might wind this one down for the day. They hate us because they hate us. Right, there you go. Let me end the Facebook. So I'm not going to stay in here with 13, 15 people. We got plenty of views. It'll be fine. It'll add up. Because I do 2 of these every day. Like I drink my coffee and chat in the mornings right now too. All right, guys. So we're done in here. I love you guys. I'll try to catch you guys tomorrow morning for a coffee chat and then the training vlog. So we are out.